Want to be happier? How about also growing and thriving? Then, welcome to the Depression Breakthrough Daily Series, the program that gives you the tips, the insights, and the power to overcome the things that are holding you back. Those things that are draining your energy, your hope, and your drive. Now, here's your inspiration coach Diane Ashbridge.
Hello, this is Diane. Thanks for watching and listening to me today. The title of today's episode is, How to Gain Control of Worrying and Anxiety. Its goal is to help you to challenge your worries and feel much better. Worrying doesn't solve a problem. Actually, the mental energy you waste when obsessing about worst-case scenarios keep you from actions that could actually help. Excessive worrying causes stress and anxiety. It can affect physical health and it can stop you from participating in rewarding activities. Excessive worrying does you little good, and a whole lot of bad. Roughly 40% of people worry on a daily basis, and about 1 person in 20 will do it chronically until it turns into anxiety disorder. Fortunately, you can choose to stop worrying so much. Though it may take a bit of effort, you can retrain your thinking so that worries don't cause you such pain or distress. One way to do this is by writing a stress diary. What is a stress diary? It is difficult to analyze distressing thoughts as they dance and swirl through your mind. But, by writing them down on paper and then tackling them with a structured set of questions, you can find the truth. After doing this, you can usually stop worrying about what is not likely to occur. A stress diary is simply a notebook you keep to record and challenge your worrisome thoughts. So, what are the steps in writing down your worries? Step 1. When you start feeling overwhelmed, or when worries interfere with your ability to sleep or work, take a few minutes to write down exactly what you are worrying about. You write down your worries because this removes some of their power over you, and you no longer have to stay mentally alert to keep track of them once they are in your notebook. Releasing the worries to paper frees up a little head space, and this enables you to think more clearly and rationally. Once you have written them down, you can begin a structured worry-challenging exercise, which should bring some healthy perspective. Step 2. Clarifying your worries. Once you have clarified and identified your individual worries in writing, you can begin to evaluate and challenge these distressing thoughts. For each worry, ask yourself, what bad thing do I think is going to happen? What are the odds that this negative consequence will occur? What emotions am I feeling right now? How strong are these emotions? For this, you can use a 1 to 100 scale. For example, if you were taking university classes. I am worried I am going to fail out of school. I really think it's going to happen. Why do I think that? Because the professors go much faster than the teachers did in high school and I am already feeling behind in the reading. I am feeling very anxious right now. That could be a score of 70 out of 100. Step 3. Challenging your worries. In this next step you examine the validity of your worries through challenging questions that are designed to elicit reality and truth. For each worry, ask and answer. What evidence do I have to support my worry? Is there any evidence that would argue against my worry? In reality, how likely is it that what I am fearful of is actually going to happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? What is the best thing that could happen? What will probably happen? Is worrying about it helping at all? If my worst case scenario happened, could I cope? What would I have to do to cope? Is there another way I can look at this situation? For example, using the earlier failing university example. Evidence for I am worried I am going to fail because the readings are more challenging than I had expected. And I am having trouble finding the time to get my work done. Evidence against. I guess I have always been able to hand in assignments on time so far, and my grades have been okay. In high school I was a very good student, but even then I worried that I wasn't going to get into college, and sometimes I even worried I was not going to graduate. My professors seem to think my questions in class are interesting. The reality. I guess if I look at the reality, I am probably not going to fail this semester. There is maybe, at most, a 15% chance of that. The worst case scenario. If I failed, I would have to go back home, get a job, and live with my family. The best case scenario. I may end up getting high grades this semester. Most likely, I will get average or good grades. Is worrying helpful? When I worry, I have trouble concentrating on my studying. So, it is definitely not helpful. Handling worst case scenario. I guess if I failed, I could just work for a few months at home, and then reapply to another program. It would be embarrassing, but I could buy a car while I waited, and see my old friends again for a few months. Looking at things in a new light. I guess the evidence suggests I will do okay in school since I have always been a good student in the past. I seem to be as smart as other students and most people don't fail out. I am not partying all the time like some people I see here. Even if my grades are not perfect this semester, I am still new here, so I have lots of time to improve. Step 4, reframing the situation. After completing the challenge exercise, it is time to finalize your processing of this worry, so you can leave it behind you. The worry started as, I am worried I am going to fail at school. Now, based on the answers from the challenge exercise, write out a new way of thinking about the situation. University is harder than I thought it would be and I am worried about my grades, but since I am working hard, and since I have always done well in school in the past, I will probably find a way to get the grades I need. Next, ask yourself how strongly you believe in your original worry. Now I guess I am about 70% sure I will not fail out of school this semester. Lastly, write down how you are feeling about it after completing the exercise. I am still anxious, but it is not as bad now. Maybe about 30 out of 100. This ends part 1 of the video. If you like what we do, please subscribe to our channel. The remainder of the video, or part 2, is for our Patreon supporters only. The link to view it is shown in the description box below. You can support us on Patreon with a $10 per month donation. It helps us with the cost of research, development, and program administration. There is no long-term commitment. And since it is a donation, you can cancel anytime. For any reason, or no reason at all. Think about this, for only 33 cents a day, you will then have exclusive daily access to expert knowledge, proven tips, and magnificent tools to help you learn and grow. Making it easier and quicker for you to generate success, build wealth, and be happier. It is such a small investment in yourself, to be the joyous and fulfilled person you know you should be. You deserve this. So, click the Patreon box link right now at top right of this screen or in the description below. Thanks, in advance, for your support.